Hello, my name is Unoriginal, and I'm coming to you guys from the city of Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to be casting a 1v1 between two excellent players on the scariest night of the year. It's Halloween 2011, woo! And I am casting this because I have nothing to do. How sad is that? It's Halloween, and I'm just sitting here on my computer being a total freaking loner. It's not very fun, but I'll probably do some stuff later on, so don't feel that bad for me. Especially because I'm probably going to drive you all crazy by casting this game, because I'm just, I stopped doing it for a while because I couldn't stand the sound of my own voice, but I feel like I have to get over that at some point in my life anyways, because, like it or not, life is full of talking, so what better way to get over my fears than just talking to myself? So yeah, we're going to see a TVT between two excellent players. This was at Blizzcon, I believe. It was a tournament. I totally forgot to check which game in the series this was between MVP and Select, but I'm sure it's in that series. And we will see the map being Shattered Temple. I believe this is, well, it's not an MLG or any sort of other Pro League Shattered Temple. I'm pretty sure they do have close spawns disabled, but perhaps not. I mean, it is Blizzard. They're pretty happy with their own maps and don't really feel like it needs to be changed, or at least it seems. That's not true, actually, with the recent ladder changes. They did decide to disable some of those close spawn positions on maps like Shattered Temple and, what's the other one? Oh, geez. I can't remember. What is it? Metalopolis, the other map. Yeah, Metalopolis and Shattered Temple. There's no close spawns on either of those maps, at least in the ladder for this season, which is a very interesting change, and I'm really excited to see that because that makes the game much more balanced for Zerg and other races that like to complain about close spawns and not being able to defend themselves. Total wimps. I'm just kidding. Their reasons are totally justified. I play Terran, so I can't talk. We will see MVP walling off with two supply depots. He's only going to be making the one barracks. We see here that there's a factory coming up, and there's not even going to be an add-on on the barracks. I feel like, nope. Select did manage to see the barracks, and he knows that there's no add-ons on it at all. So that's something that'll be very important for him to know. And we do see a scout coming in, but it looks like he will be deterred by this evil Marine who is working for evil people and keeping this poor SCV out of this part of the map. So it looks like he might be able to sneak in here. No, he saw it, and he will be able to stop it from seeing exactly what's going on in his base, which is quite interesting. We see two barracks going down, both with tech labs, and we see a Reaper, another one queued up in the first barracks. So we're going to see a Reaper play coming from Select. That's something you do not see very much these days. It also looks like he's going to be going for an early expand. Man, I haven't seen this build in TVT before. This is quite interesting, and it might pay off for him, but I feel like it might not because, hello, MVP is going for a 1-1-1. Look at that. He has a tech lab on the factory. He's probably going to switch it off. It looks like he will be doing so. But Banshees, tanks, Marauders, really good units versus Reapers, so I'm not sure this is the best move by Select, but at the same time he's kind of flying blind here, just making a decision on a whim, and it looks like it might pay off, depending on how much damage he can do with these 3 Reapers that are on the field. We do see 5 Marines for MVP, and honestly, 5 Marines is not nearly enough to deal with 3 Reapers and 2 Marines. But we do see that the Banshee is on the way, and we also see a Hellion coming out, which is good. It's interesting. Hellions and Reapers, they serve a similar purpose. Hellions are almost better in every single way, though, because they're just much better later in the game. Reapers are a great unit early on, but then they lose all their importance, which is something that I really don't like, and I feel like a lot of players don't like that. And we will see these Reapers not being able to do a lot of damage at all. We see that this one has 4, this one has 2. Units lost is shown. The MVP is significantly far behind, but then we see the Banshee come out, and the Banshee is able to destroy the last Reaper, and this Marine was able to take out the other one, and that's going to be the end of the Reaper push, it looks like, because we see that Select has moved on to just just Marines. You see Combat Shield and Stim going up, and he knows that this Banshee is on the way, and he knows that he doesn't really have much to deal with it. He's going to do as best he can with these few Marines that he has, but I feel like the Reaper play just wasn't the best thing for Select to do in this situation. We will see this Banshee able to pick off 3 Marines, which is quite a few at this point, and it looks like Cloaking is up. We will be able to use it. We see another Marine going down. Here comes the scan. It looks like it won't be able to pick off the Banshee, just barely gaining out of there with 32 health. And we see another one coming down. We also see that this orbital command is not going to be lifting off. It's going to be going for more Marines being produced instead. We see a factory finally going down for Select after quite a while. And we see this Banshee sort of flying around, just doing as much damage as it can without being picked off by pesky Marines. And it's doing its job very well. We see that it cloaks and is able to totally avoid these Marines. It looks like the Marines might be able to do some damage though if the scan gets off, and it looks like MVP being very, very good with this Banshee, flying around almost perfectly. Ooh, it looks like he almost picked up that supply depot, which would have been huge because it would have supply blocked him, but at this point he's done enough damage that it doesn't really matter, even if he isn't able to do that. And we'll see a large force coming from MVP. We got tanks, we got Marines, we got the whole 9 yards. We have Banshees still coming out. It looks like there's a third on the field now. He's just sort of tag teaming them out, doing tons of damage. We do see a missile turret at the expansion though, however. Excuse me. So that will be able to deter this Banshee in some respects, but it looks like it will be going for the supply depot again. And there's just quite a few Marines on the field, but the fact is that Select needs to scan whenever he wants to do damage, and that sets his econ back further and further. We see that the units tab is showing 34 SCPs to 30, and the income is showing that both players are almost exactly the same, and we do see an enormous force moving out from MVP, and all we see in answer to this is a handful of Marines. All our damage because they've overspended, done way too many drugs. Don't do drugs, kids, or you'll end up like these Marines, which are about to get blown to smithereens by tanks. Yeah, those two just got shot, and they are dead. So dead. And we see that at this point, there's not much that Select can do. Looks like MVP will be going for a sort of Brood War style contain bunkers. And it looks like the Select will be forced to move all his SCVs off the line and try to take out these tanks. And it looks like he might... No, he almost got one, but he backed off. And there's just nothing he can do. His choice to get Reapers just... It wasn't a solid decision, I feel like. Of course, I'm not saying that it was a bad decision. I'm just saying that he could have scouted it better, could have known exactly what's going on, could have scanned, could have seen what was going on with his opponent, but he decided instead to go through the Reapers, and it just didn't pay off for him, which is unfortunate, and you have to take risks sometimes in order to get better, and to learn the game more. Of course, that's probably not a problem for Select, because he's such an incredible player. But, you know, he tried something that maybe was a little new for him. I don't exactly know how he plays usually. I feel like Select is more of a standard player, though, rather than a lot of cheesy type plays with Reapers, you know. But it was an interesting play to watch, and if it had gone through, if it had been able to do some reasonable damage, it would have been great. But the problem was, it just wasn't good enough. And the fact that MVP went for a 1-1-1 and was able to get those higher tech units out faster, the ones that Reapers are absolutely horrendous against, really cost Select this game. So yeah, that was an excellent game to watch. Very good plays. They were very well executed by both players. It was just Select's play was not the answer to MVP's play. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and this is Unoriginal, signing out.